Hi, Jay Frederick Smith here, Continental Realty of Jackson. We're at 479 Tabor Drive South, in the kind of on the edge of the Grove Park neighborhood in eastern Jacksonville, kind of by Beach Boulevard. It's um, it's in between Beach and Atlantic, and it is on the west side of, well, St. John's Bluff would be another big road, but it's west of that, and in the Grove Park, out on the edge of the Grove Park neighborhood. This is a stucco on the outside home. It looks like it's built on a slab, and I say that because the door sits so close to the walkway here. We do have a garage, a pretty flat roof, which is okay for Florida. And so anyway, I thought it would be nice if you had just a quick look at what the neighborhood looked like up and down the street both ways, so you can see, what it is that you would be living in if you decided to move into this neighborhood. Now, we've got a lot of yard debris coming out today, and then over the next few days, it's just springtime, so that's going to happen. So I would ignore what you're seeing right there. I know, I got it in the camera. But just look really at the rest of the neighborhood, and what I see is homes are mostly well maintained. I don't see broken windows. I don't see, too many problems, boarded up windows, that kind of thing. I don't see a lot of debris or trash in the yard, although there's some mowing that needs to be done. But that's not surprising for March. It's just getting to be that time of the year. So this little house, though, is cute. I don't typically like this particular color, but hey, it seems to go. And I certainly like the tomcat there. Hey, buddy. And I like that turquoise or teal colored door. I like that a lot. I like the privacy fence. This is like a 9-foot high privacy fence. Holy smokes. Window AC unit. Makes me wonder if we've got central air, but we're going to find out. First, however, let's take a look around the back. If we can get around the back. Oh, we can. Okay. So there's a little shed right here on the side, this side of the gate, and the privacy fence in some places is getting a little soft, probably needs a new post or two and some repairs. That's not too hard to do. I would get on it sooner than later, though. The shrubbery is pretty close to the fence. That also should be trimmed back a little bit. The yard is good size. It's not super huge, but it's not tiny either. Kind of a nice mix. It is, maybe it's bigger than some people like. I would simply say, you're gonna have to see the house with your own eyes to know. But let's just walk back here so you can get an idea. And we'll continue around the house in just a moment. But let's just walk back here to the fire pit, and then all the way to the back fence. So you can just get a feel for how far. This is about 30 steps to the back, something like that. Oh, bamboo. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, there's a lot of bamboo. I didn't see that when I was coming into the back. Bamboo. I hate bamboo. It's a weed, in my opinion. It is so hard to keep it nice, and it just goes everywhere. Even when you hack this stuff down, it's impossible to get it out. But some people like it, and it definitely supports a lot of wildlife, so in that way it's good. But it also will definitely cause damage to your fence and other things. So anyway, personally, I would say let somebody come in and clean most of this out. Get a little patch, right? Instead of this giant one here and this other giant one over here. There are a couple of other trees. So there's a lot of tree space here for shade. If that's the thing that you like, is shade, you're going to have plenty of it back here. There's some raised, what would be raised bed area here under this big old guy right next to the house, which makes me nervous in some ways too. A big tree like this right next to the house can cause problems, so you have to make sure you keep an eye on it. Dead branches There's one right there. In fact, speaking of dead branches, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you've got your tree guy out here and dealing with those so that if we get a big storm, it doesn't cause you too much problems. This guy here, you know, I would take it out. I would just take it out. It's already sitting on your fence, and it's, look at how it leans. This is going to be nothing but trouble. And I would take that guy out too. This one. I would, because it's so close to the fence. What happens when it starts getting big? I mean, it's just going to knock a giant hole in your fence. It's just too close. That's my opinion, though. All right, let's look at the house instead of the trees. Oh, and that palm. Oh my God. That's right up against the roof. So there's definitely some tree work here that needs to happen, in my opinion. You can have a different opinion if you like. This palm tree is probably not going to get much bigger than it is. And it's not really against the roof, but it's really close, isn't it? So if it does get, well, you know, actually it's probably not going to get bigger. It still makes me nervous. I still would think at the very least you need to get up there and get some of those branches that hang over the roof hacked down. Okay. All right. So it looks like we have aluminum. Maybe they're double pane windows. Let's just take a closer look here. Yep, aluminum double pane windows. So that's nice because even though they're aluminum frame and they've been there for a while, they still are going to do a good job of keeping the heat in or out depending on the season. Nice double door glass doors. This would be the way that you would maybe move things into the house. You'd have to kind of bring it through the gate and around and then through these double doors here for your big items because both of those open, which is really helpful. The tile is kind of funky and it's a little chunky along the edges there, but you know, you could have that tile pulled up and replaced. It's been put down here on this adobe style tile deck as well. And you know, these tiles are hard to get on the East Coast, but this is very, very common for California. The cracking that you have along here, this is a settling crack. It just means basically that they didn't put a thick enough gravel bed down when they put the sand on top of it, and so it's settled and it's cracked a little bit, where the weight of the the ceiling, the roof, whatever you want to call it, over the deck is putting pressure. That's what that is from. And it's not a problem because it's outside. It's not inside. I can't see the roof because of the flatness, but it looks like from the moss that's grown along the edges here and whatnot that it's been there a while, although I do see a white coat that looks like it's pretty fresh. So it might have been white coated recently. How that would matter when it comes to insurance, that would be a question that we would have to check with an insurance person about, and I definitely have one, so we could find out. Okay, I love the way this gate opens, and it's a big gate, and having a wheel there sure makes it nice to get it open and closed. The only problem is that the latch is on the outside. This latch really should be on the inside. Because it's not secure here. How can you secure your back with the latch available to anybody that wants to open it? Just my thoughts. More bamboo along the side here at privacy, and the neighbors have a bunch of bamboo too. So this is kind of like a neighborhood project, having all of the bamboo. It does make it for more private. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get inside the house and take a look around. And then we'll see what we have to see inside. Here, be in just a moment.